Tonight's game is a presentation of B92.7 FM Sports.
Breckenridge Cowboys football is on the air. Tonight from Roseau, it's the Breckenridge Cowboys taking on the Roseau Rams. Tonight's game is brought to you by Breckenridge Public Schools, the Wilkin Drink and Eatery, Minn Kota Ag Products, Hike Camp Construction, Moore Engineering, Optimum Rehab, Carlson Family Insurance, State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick, Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley, Red River Communications, Twin Town Villa, CHI St. Francis Medical Center, Quality Toyota, Vision Ford, Otter Tail Power Company, Essentia Health, and Titan Machinery. Now, here's KBMW's Turner Blofis.
Welcome to the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show, a tradition of good taste and company. Turner Blofis here, a little bit of a later start than expected, excuse me. And, we got a few things to blame for that. I'll tell you about it during the game. We don't need to worry about that right now. Breckenridge looking to make it 4 wins in a row, pitched back-to-back shutouts. And now they're heading to Roseau, a pretty long road trip. They actually moved up the start time. So we're going to be kicking off at about 6 o'clock. The standard games are at 7 o'clock. Breckenridge 3-1. They fell in their opener to Otter Tail Central. And then won 3 in a row. As I said, back-to-back shutouts. They also beat Parkers Prairie relatively handily. Parkers Prairie gave them a little bit of trouble at the end there. But, for the most part, they had that game in hand. And Roseau kind of the other end of the spectrum. They are 0-4 coming into this game, and a lot of the losses actually to similar foes that Breckenridge just played, Underwood included in that, as well as Parkers Prairie. So definitely kind of two different mindsets here. Breckenridge looking to keep the foot on the gas. Roseau trying to get a spark and get something going and get some momentum, halfway through the regular season already, and still looking for their first win. So that is definitely a hungry squad. Homecoming also for Roseau. So we'll be recognized in the homecoming court. And if you ask Coach Fredrickson, his feelings on homecoming, he's going to say that Breckenridge has got the advantage here. They don't have all the distractions that the team who's celebrating their homecoming does, for sure. And we'll talk to Coach Fredrickson for a little bit here in a pregame interview here on the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show, a tradition of good taste and company. Back in a few minutes with that interview.
My name is Christy Baumhart. I am proud to be a part of the school district with dedicated staff, including administration, teachers, paraprofessionals, cooks, and custodians who are kind, caring, compassionate, and committed to the students in our district. They support, respect, and help one another succeed. One thing I am really excited about is the technology available to our students as it enhances their learning experience in the classroom. Not only as an employee, but also as a parent, I know the benefits of having both my children in the Breckenridge School District. Breckenridge Pride. We inspire to excel.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge Pride, inspiring to excel.
When you think of amazing burgers, I'm pretty sure I know what comes to mind.
Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
No, not that.
Everyone loves Krabby Patties.
What? No, not that. You think of the Wilkin Drink and Eatery in Breckenridge. Their delicious half-pound burgers are unrivaled, and the best night to get them is when they're $3 off on Burger Night every Monday after 5. The Wilkin Drink and Eatery, a tradition of good taste and company since 1897. Go check out the best burgers in the Twin Towns.
Minn Kota Ag Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Kent, Barney, Windermere, Wahpeton, or Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Hike Camp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new parking lot or new roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Hike Camp Construction in Wahpeton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948.
Recovering your health and getting back to your best life. That's what Quality Recovery from Optimum Rehab can do for you. Physical therapist Dr. Anthony Eggman will set up an individual plan to get you to your goals. He believes that this is the perfect way for you to recover your health. What you get with Optimum Rehab is time and attention, thorough assessments, and effective treatments. So if it's back pain, achy joints, recovery from surgery or injury, it's likely that physical therapy from Optimum Rehab can help. So take your life into your own hands with Optimum Rehab. Visit myoptimumrehab.com.
Welcome back to the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show, and I'm here with head coach Chad Fredrickson. How's it going today, Coach?
Real good. How about you, Turn?
Not bad at all. I'm loving that I'm going to be making the road trip to Roseau. Nice memories. All those road trips heading up there.
Yeah, I remember distinctively a tight end of ours named Turner Bloffus making a big catch for us to win a game here long time ago.
I just started panicking you were going to bring up my personal foul I got on the first play of the game. So
well, you know what, that and then I couldn't find my son to get the ball in or whatever because you had him hoisted above your head. Pretty good memories though.
That was a good time. That was a lot of fun, and I'm sure your guys are excited. Are you probably not as excited as I am to be making this drive, but it is what it is. All right, what are you thinking of kind of the approach for kind of getting the guys ready for the longest road trip of the year?
Well, you know what? I honestly think that if as long as the ride goes smoothly, there's always seems to be a hiccup with the bus for some reason, but we're taking a coach bus. We're able to watch some highlight tapes or movies, and we stop every once in a while, and we eat on the way up there, and our routine is pretty standardized, and I think that we give the guys enough time to get out and stretch a little bit, and just that coach bus atmosphere isn't so bad. Obviously it's a new endeavor for quite a few of these guys, or the newer guys on the team. So we'll try to do our best with just trying to manage that time, but I really think that as you kind of get used to this as a coach, it seems to go a little bit easier for your players and things like that. So it's a drag to go that far, but I tell you what, we go up there, get a win. The trip doesn't seem that long.
Yeah, and pretty nice having it an hour earlier than the usual game, I'm sure.
Yeah, and we've had hiccups with the start time before, too. So I have confirmed that it actually starts at 6, so we're good to go. But it is nice to have that earlier hour.
Yeah, I forgot about that time you guys showed up, and it turns out the game was at 7.
Yeah, and we won't even go there, Turner, because that was anyway.
Well, you guys played a lot of similar opponents. I was looking at their schedule. 3 opponents that you guys have all played, and Roseau's still looking for their first win. And you guys look to keep it rolling to make it 4 wins in a row. What are going to be some of the keys to getting a win?
Well, we just got to get better at what we're doing offensively. I thought we had a better week last week with just kind of getting off the ball and maintaining our blocks and doing some of those things you take for granted that we really need to do better. Defensively, we just got to keep playing the way we're playing. We're playing extremely well. Last 3 opponents we've kept under 80 yards total offense. So, when you do those kind of things, you give yourself a good chance to win. So, our offense just needs to pick up the slack like they did last week, and hopefully things will take care of themselves.
Was there some joking around in practice about keeping the shutout streak alive?
Well, it's kind of one of those things you keep in the back of your mind, but not in front of me anyway.
It's probably for the best.
So we'll let's hope that can continue, because obviously you can't win if they don't score. So yeah. We proved that in Frazee.
Yeah, for sure. And what are going to be some of was Cam back in the game yet?
No, he's still hampered by a high ankle sprain. I'm not exactly sure when we'll get him back. He wants to get back, and we've talked a little bit about next week. But again, we'll see how things go in his progression of kind of getting through the workouts and things. So hopefully we get him back by next Wednesday. Hopefully we got all our guys back by next Wednesday. We're missing a lineman and a receiver, and so to get back to the best health we possibly can going into whatever games is what we're hoping for.
Okay. And what did you think of Collins' first ever start at QB?
Colin did a great job. We didn't put the ball in the air all that much, but kind of a calming factor. He's been there before. Just kind of orchestrates that calm. Nothing seems to rattle him. And that really kind of pays dividends for our offense because we just kind of get back on task and we go and it really served us well. So hopefully that can continue tonight.
Okay, and what have you thought of so far this season with the performance of your pair of running backs splitting time in the backfield with Griffin and Jimmy?
Yeah, they've done fantastic. Not the biggest in stature guys. And we, with our expectations of how that tailback carries the ball, to have two guys as talented as they are, we're very fortunate. And the reason we're splitting time is just because they both play defense for us as well, and we want to make sure that we have them available for defense so they don't get too banged up. And they've really stepped up to the challenge, and they're very unselfish young men.
Yeah, all the broadcasts I've done, I've kind of talked about it. It's been a while since you guys had running backs running in the plays for you. I know usually it's kind of the receivers.
Yeah. We could potentially do that too as we start going forward here. With our getting nicked up and stuff, we are going to play bus at a little bit of the slot sometimes, and so we might be rolling in receivers from time to time as well. So back to the old traditional days.
Gotcha. All right. Well, anything else you'd like to add, Coach?
No, just appreciate your time, Turn.
We'll return to the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show after a quick word from our sponsors.
Think about how good it feels when people really get you, like the friends who come over when a big game is on, or the neighbors next door who always bring your favorite buffalo dip. Hi, this is State Farm Agent Amanda Frederick. I'd like to get to know you and understand your life so that I can help make it easy for you to protect what's most important to you. Contact me in Breckenridge today at 218-643-8511.
Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Hi, this is Wade from Breckenridge Cenex. Now is a great time to start thinking about protecting your recreational vehicles and equipment. Stock up on Splash RV Antifreeze at any one of our 4 locations, and we would like to thank you for your continued patronage.
Farmers Union Oil. Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
It's time to celebrate. Red River Communications has been bringing you quality products and services for 70 years. Red River Communications has become the largest fiber network in the Southern Valley. They offer speeds up to a gig and the quality personal service to go with it. Call them today at 701-553-8309 and get yourself on the largest fiber network in the Southern Valley. Red River Communications, growing and connecting the Southern Valley for over 70 years.
When Mom first started showing signs of memory loss, we were devastated. It was so frustrating, so many choices for assisted living. Then my sister and I walked into Twin Town Villa in Breckenridge. We knew that this was the perfect place for our mother. We loved the bright, beautiful apartments, and knew Mom would too. I was so impressed with the interaction between the residents and the staff. Twin Town Villa is a quality memory care community that's close to home and currently has openings. Call Twin Town Villa at 643-9542 or visit them online at twintownvilla.com.
Welcome back to the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show, a tradition of good taste and company. Turner Blavis here. Not going to be jumping on very long as the national anthem is about to start here. Get with a quick injury report brought to you by Optimum Rehab. Restore your health at Optimum Rehab. Out of the game with injury is Cam Nito, as you heard in the pregame interview, as well as Dylan Bernades, and Wyatt Differding also missed last week as well. So we'll take another quick commercial break and come back with your opening kick brought to you, or with your opening kick. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7.
When you neglect your health, you're neglecting a lot more than just yourself. After all, a lot of people depend on you, your children, your significant other, your friends, and extended family. Your presence means a lot to many different people. CHI St. Francis Health is here for you. Get your yearly mammogram scheduled at CHI St. Francis Health. They are open and ready for you. Call 701-643-0238 to schedule. CHI St. Francis, caring for you and about you.
You want what you want. At Quality Toyota, we totally understand that we aren't going to talk you into a car you don't want. Instead, we're here to help you find the car, the color, the options, and the style that you do want. All with a simple, easy, and stress-free approach, because the price listed online or in every windshield is the only price. That way, we can concentrate on getting you the right car. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls. QualityToyota.net. Let's go places.
Otter Tail Power Company would like to remind you about the importance of high school athletics in the lives of children. These extracurricular activities play a role in the education and development of those kids involved and provide a way for them to learn some of life's most important lessons. Lessons that will take them through life with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Otter Tail Power Company would like to salute those athletes, coaches, and fans that make every season one to remember.
Welcome back as we wrap up the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show, a tradition of good taste and company. Turner Bluff is here, and also full disclosure for all the viewers watching online on KBMW News Live on our YouTube channel. Well, I have some bad news for you. I'm actually running the camera tonight. I couldn't track down a cameraman, so good to show off my versatility or lack thereof. But I'll do my best trying to keep the game in the frame. Back with your starting lineups, brought to you by Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley, providing superior quality products and services while generating a positive return for their patrons. Just got the Cowboys starters for you on offense for the offensive line. We got Zane Mickelson at a tackle once again this week. Dallin Ernst next to him at guard. The biggest guard I've ever seen for Breckenridge at 6'6", 245 pounds. Eli Butts, 6 foot 250 at center. Corey Dillman, 185 and 6 feet tall. Landon Blofis at the other tackle, 6'2", 210 pounds. Alex Sanchez will be at tight end again this week, filling in for Colin Roberts, who is at quarterback. And Sanchez is a junior. Roberts is a senior. Logan Andel at a slot, wearing number 25. Gavin Peterson, wearing number 15 at fullback. James Murtis at tailback. And starting for Gavin Snyder in this game, who was a last-minute scratch, was Nate Porter. Nate Porter. From my neighborhood, Nate Porter getting the start. Griffin Bussey at a corner along with James Murtis. And for the rest of the defense at free safety, Alex Sanchez, Colin Roberts at a linebacker, Gavin Peterson, linebacker, Alex Martell, and Billy Evans also linebackers. And then in the trenches, we got Dallin Ernst at a D-end, Alex Shocker at the other D-end, Brian Martinez, and Landon Blofis in the middle at defensive tackles. And for the specialists for Breckenridge, we got Landon Blofis kicking off. Then we got Bailey Evans doing the extra points. Booted an extra point last week. Brian Martinez is the punter this week. Dallin Ernst, the snapper. And then your returners are James Murtis, Gavin Snyder, and Bailey Evans. So that's a look at your starting lineups, brought to you by Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley. Speaking of these starting lineups, they're actually doing the starting lineups right now at the game. As the Roseau starters get announced in front of their homecoming crowd. Good turnout here in Roseau. As this squad looking for their first win, as we said earlier. We'll be running through some of the starters. Some of the game scores for the games they've played so far. And also a heads up, we are in a pretty cramped press box, so we're going to be right with the coaching staff. So you guys get to kind of see how the sausage is made, play calling wise. We got the offensive coaches up here. Pair of former college wide receivers, Easton Urbis and Carson Yegi. Yegi, the offensive coordinator, I'm told. I think he gets to call quite a few plays. He won't take credit for all of them, though. The ones that work, he will, though, for sure. Breckenridge will be kicking off. As I said before, Landon Blofis doing the kickoffs. He's getting ready to rock as the Roseau starters continue to get announced. And Roseau huddling up to do their kind of final breakdown. If you're watching on our YouTube channel, KBMW News Live, then get a first-hand view of it. The Rams getting fired up. Taking their sweet time, as you can see. That's all right. It's their homecoming. They can do what they want. Fired up. For the world's longest pregame breakdown. My apologies, folks. That went about 30, 45 seconds longer than I expected. And pretty nice weather here. little cloudy, but that's all right. It's not raining. I'm not going to complain. And now, after that whole breakdown, they're going to do another huddle, but this one for the kick return team. I'm going to be getting some corrections on the pronunciations, I can already tell you, before this one goes down. But back to return for Roseau as they finally head out. Steele Walsh and Ethan McDonald. Pretty sure I got those right. Pretty common names, I hope. And we are off. Going to start off with a kick deep. A little muffed. And it's cut up, but it actually makes a nice cut. A couple of Cowboys waiting for him. But a nice return to the 35. And I'm not 100% sure if the coaches for the Cowboys got mad at me or what, but they took off. See if we see them again. They're not going to be screaming in my ear, apparently. So Breckenridge's defense, as we said in the pregame show, have pitched back-to-back shutouts. Could have made it 3 in a row. They gave up a touchdown pretty late in that Parker's Prairie game, but take away that TD, they pitched three shutouts in a row. That's just remarkable. But they've had to really carry the offense. Struggled a little bit start off this season, looking for their rhythm. Roseau's going to start off with a dive up the middle. Gonna check the jersey number on that one. I believe that was Gavin Helgelin. 6', 210 running back. And he's a senior. He's only listed as a running back. You know, you don't see that very often in small town Minnesota football, where you got listed the one position. And if you ever do see it, it's usually a kicker. But he is just a running back, evidently. So maybe one of the conditions why he came out. And they're going to go off tackle on the left side. Good pursuit there by Breckenridge, getting him by the sideline. Maybe got a yard, so it's going to be 3rd and 7. Breckenridge's defense picking up right where they left off. Dallin Ernst had a defensive touchdown last game for the kind of highlight the shutout performance by the Breckenridge defense. Roseau in the huddle. Thank you once again to everyone tuning in on our YouTube channel, KVMW News Live. You can go to our Facebook page if you're having trouble finding it. And they kind of go with that same formation that Underwood used, with the 3 running backs in the backfield. So that's nice for the Breckenridge defense. And it's going to be play action. Rolling out to the right. Throwing it to the guy out of the flats, but incomplete, a little high. Good coverage over there. I believe that was Alex Martell going to help out over there. He was actually our Essentia Health Player of the Game last week. Had 2 sacks, even forced that fumble that Dallin Ernst scooped that we talked about earlier. Him and Alex Schockert are a lot of fun to watch, that's for sure. A couple little dudes that play a lot bigger than their size. So Roseau coming out in their punt formation. After the 3 and out, got 2 yards out of the deal. And the punter is Steele Walsh. Walsh gets the punt and boots it. And it is fair caught. Looks like fair catching that, I believe, was number 12, Dawson Weinbar, getting the crack at varsity action. I believe with Gavin Snyder being the last-minute scratch, they had to get a punt returner. And as many fans know, his older brother Jackson plays football at North Dakota State College of Science. We're undefeated. Head to Central Lakes College on Saturday. Brad Anderson will be on the call there. Good squad there at NDSCS. I formation. Roberts under center. Hands it off to Murtis. Murtis looking for room on the right side. Cuts up the sideline. Looks like he's going to get about 8 or 9 yards. Actually, they'll give him 7. Once again, that's been the running joke so far this season, that I'm pretty terrible at measuring the yards, how much they gain. Doesn't help right now. I'm looking through the camera. I get a little bit of tunnel vision there. Tough to tell. But I'm not one to make excuses here in Roseau, Minnesota, with our late pregame show start because I hit some road construction, but I don't make excuses. They're going to go with a fullback trap handoff. A lot of room to run for Gavin Peterson. He's still going. Big man can run. And he is going to go close, but he gets tripped up right before going in. What a run. But we got to look if there is a flag on the play. So that's probably coming back, but probably the best run of the season from Gavin Peterson. We'll check what the penalty is. So we're waiting on it. Well, I want to say it's a holding call, but I never got to see the signal. I think they're just taking their time. Had to probably explain it to the coach. And it was a block in the back, actually. But a nice run there by Peterson gets waved off. Got to give him credit. And once again, I'd probably say that's his best run of the year so far. Good fullback, also a pretty good receiving threat out of the backfield. Gotta like what they've seen out of him so far this year. I believe he has 2 touchdowns on the year. One of them got waved off, though, so we'll just say he's got the 1 touchdown. Maybe a couple. I'll go back and check that hopefully later if I got some time. But a heck of a run. Either way, it's first down for the Cowboys. They head up to the line. I formation once again. And they usually kind of wait a while before going to Peterson in the run game. That was surprising. And Roberts will roll out the pass. Looking for a man downfield. Throws it, and Griffin Bussey, who's playing a little more slot this week, ends up not being able to reel it in with Bernardez out of the game. And Dylan Bernardez the last couple weeks have the offensive coaches have been really creative how they get the ball in his hands. They ran some Wildcat one week. Get him the ball in a reverse, some bubble screens. They're doing a good job of getting the ball in his hands any way they can, but once again, out of the game with an injury. Second game he's missed this year so far. Here 5 games into the year. And Breckenridge is going to go to the shotgun. Don't be surprised if they do a QB blast here with Roberts. They ran those a lot with Cam Nito. And they do, but none doing. Stopped in a hurry. Actually might have lost a yard on the play. So Breckenridge on their own, facing 3rd and 11 on their own 46. Wouldn't be too surprised. See another bootleg here. Roberts maybe try to get to Peterson out of the backfield. See if they can continue his hot start. 9-11 in this opening quarter remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard, 0-0. They're going to go off tackle with Bussey, it looks like. Bussey with a nice little burst, but he's going to be short of the first down. Not too short, though. So wouldn't be too surprised if they go for it here. This is 4-down territory. So 4th and about 2 or 3. So 4th and 3. We'll see what kind of play call they have on this first offensive drive of the day for the Cowboys. After forcing the 3 and out for Roseau. Breckenridge comes up the line. I formation. They got a wing back in there as well behind the tight end. And they're going to go with Peterson up the middle. A lot of room to run, and he gets the first down easily. Second nice run of the day. He looks up, and he's happy there's no flags on the field for this one. Breckenridge huddled up as they get into Ram territory. 1st and 10 at the Ram 38, it looks like. Cowboys break the huddle. Head up to the line. They got 1 receiver. I formation. A wing back in there as well. And they're going to go with a toss to the right to Bussey. None doing. And he's going to end up losing about 2 or 3 on that play. Might have been a little miscommunication there. I'm not one to speculate or anything, but it kind of looked like when the snap happened, like Breckenridge's offense was just a little out of sorts on that one. Like the linemen kind of delayed on the move. I'm not sure what happened there. So now Breckenridge on the Roseau 42. Gotta remember to go off the ball, not the yard marker, dude. I formation. They're going to go off tackle. And a nice gain there. And I want to say that was Murtis that time, and it was. Murtis got his first 2 touchdowns of the year last week, both on short yard scores. And I'm sure a lot of Breckenridge fans remember when he kind of made his splash in the varsity lineup coming in at the end of a game when all the subs got to come in when he was a sophomore and busting off a TD from, I want to say it was close to 90 yards. I formation. Griffin Bussey dot in the I. And they're going to go up the middle with him, on the right side actually, for a nice gain. It's going to be close to the first on this 3rd down. And as anyone who's watched Breckenridge so far this year knows, the passing game has not gotten to where they want it for sure. So they're going to obviously go for it here on the 29. Breckenridge facing a 4th and 2. 6:28 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And maybe shaking off the cobwebs a little bit here after the long trip. Especially by bus. You know, I'm not going to be complaining about making the trip by car after I've made it by bus before. I formation. They're going to go up on the left side with Bussey. Gets wrapped up with the legs, but looks like he's going to close to the first down. Actually, that was Murtis. And they'll move the sticks. Breckenridge heading back to the huddle. Roberts looking to the sidelines for the play as Griffin Bussey runs it in. If you listen to the pregame show, you listen to Coach Frederickson and I talk about how they like to run in the plays with the running backs. Well, when you got 2 good running backs, you may as well. But he said he likes to keep them fresh on defense as they are the 2 teams starting corners. You don't want your corners tired, that's for sure. That'll end up getting you burnt deep. Run up the middle. Maybe got a yard or 2 on it. And a little bit of a narrow spot here, just so you know. I might end up getting cut off here a little bit by the window frame when I turn it over if someone ends up busting a big play here. But we'll adjust accordingly. It's all about adjustments, right? As I make an adjustment to the camera right now. Breckenridge in their huddle. Break the huddle, come up to the line. Got 2 receivers out wide now. Roberts in the gun. High snap. Goes off tackle to Peterson. But a nice tackle in the backfield there by number 33 for the Roseau Rams. And that is Connor Whitkey. Whitkey, sophomore. 220-pound sophomore. That's a big boy. So now it's 3rd and 8. And when you're in 4-down territory, you got to be thinking, you know, you might not want to be thinking about just getting all of it back right here. Get 4 or 5 of those yards. That's worked out for Breckenridge so far. Or maybe we're going to see maybe them try to go to their tight end, Alex Sanchez. Had a nice completion there last week. Once again, got waved off because of a flag. Bootleg to the right. Roberts looking for Peterson. He catches it. Cuts it upfield. Gets the first down. And more. Into the Titan Machinery Red Zone, your local Case IH dealer in Wapton. Got to be happy with what they've seen from Peterson so far. He's come locked in this game. Gain of about 12 or 13, it looks like, possibly. Breckenridge needs 12 yards to go. They're in the huddle. Break the huddle, head up to the line. Once again in the I formation. Roberts waits on the snap, gets it, goes with Peterson up the middle. And he's rumbling. He's going to get about halfway to what they're looking for, it looks like. Probably a gain of 5 on that one. It's Breckenridge needs 7 more yards. If they get 5 more yards, they get a first down, though. But 7 yards for the score. Breckenridge in the huddle. Roberts talking to the troops. Break the huddle, come up to the line. As they're here trying to spoil Roseau's homecoming. Roberts gets the snap, Fakes the handoff, rolls out to the left, and tosses it to Peterson. He's rumbling, trying to get in the end zone, and breaks a couple tackles and goes in. Touchdown, Gavin Peterson. 7 yards out. They love that fullback. That fullback coming out of the backfield. Kind of the flood route. And that turns into 6 points for the Cowboys. And with that touchdown, 6 more points on the board, brought to you by More Engineering. They'll be making another donation to the Breckenridge Cowboy Touchdown Club. And the Cowboys looking to make it a 7-0 game here. Bailey Evans put in his first extra point of the year. And the kick is good. Breckenridge goes up 7-0 here in Roseau with 2:48 remaining in this first quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live.
Hey everybody, this is Ford Cater with Vision Ford in Wapaton, North Dakota. Did you know that we have software that we can use to locate the perfect pre-owned vehicle for you? You should buy what you want. We have invested in the technology to be customer friendly because we want and appreciate your business. Remember, we'll bring the test drive to you and deliver for free within 1,000 miles of the dealership. Don't worry about what we have. We will get you what you want. All makes, all models. It's simple. DriveWithVision.com.
Welcome back to Roseau as Breckenridge just made it a 7-0 game. And Breckenridge getting ready to kick it off. Once again, we got Landon Bloffus booting it away. Getting ready to boot it away. And that touchdown was a 7-yard hookup between Colin Roberts and Gavin Peterson. And another low kick, once again muffed, second time this game, and blown up by the kickoff team. I think they were saying, let's make up for that last one. We gave up a little too many yards, I think they were thinking. So good job there by the kickoff coverage team. 2:44 remaining in this opening quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. So the Breckenridge defense pitched had a 3-and-out last time around. Going to try to do that again, I'm sure. Once again, Roseau going with their 3 running back set. They keep them all lined up next to each other, just like Underwood did when the Cowboys faced them last week. And they're going to go up the middle, fool the cameraman a little bit. For those who don't know, I am the cameraman, so you're in on the joke. Don't want to leave you out. Looks like they got to the line, maybe got a yard. Maybe saying they got a yard would be generous. Cowboy defense waiting on the Rams. We're looking for their first down of the night. Rocking the green jerseys, the dark green, a little darker than the Cowboy green. And Shocker is showing a hard blitz. And they're going to run with the QB. Timed that perfectly. I think he's now he's asking for a hold call as his shoulder pads are hanging out of the jersey. I'm telling you, I say this every week, but he's fun to watch. It's hard to kind of define his position. He's like an outside linebacker, strong safety, defensive end. I don't know what we'll call him. He just moves around. We'll call him the Rover. That seems good enough. Once again, Cowboys have the luxury of being able to load the box with no receivers out wide. And they're going to try a QB boot or a QB sweep. Misses one tackler and then gets brought out of bounds. Nice tackle there. And I want to say that was Murtis actually on the tackle, or Colin Roberts. Tough to tell. We'll say it was Roberts. So 3-and-out once again. The Breckenridge defense continues to just lock up their foes. Their last few foes under 100 yards. 100 total yards. That's incredible. And then some of the foes they end up playing against, are pretty one-dimensional, just keeping it on the ground the whole time. So If you stop the run, you pretty much stop the offense, and they've done a good job of doing that. Bring on some new personnel for the punt return, including Dawson Weinbar at the punt returner. It snapped. Put it away. Weinbar just going to fair catch it once again. I think that might be his instruction. Just, no matter what it looks like out there, just call for a fair catch. Hope for the best. Breckenridge's offense going to try to make it 2 for 2 on their drives. 1:16 remaining in this opening quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Thank you to everyone tuning in here on B92.7 or watching on KBMW News Live. Appreciate all you Cowboy fans. You know who I really appreciate, though? The fans who made the trip out here. Got to give them some love, too. Not trying to slight anybody who's watching the game at home, but wow, I love the fans who made it up here for this. Because that's not the most fun drive in the world. But I was told, I got some in-laws in Thief River Falls. If I get a little tired on the way home, I can just go crash at their place. So we're good there. Thank you, Kyle and Mary. It's Breckenridge under center. You go with the handoff up the middle. Starting off this drive is Murtis. And I didn't see if Bussy was on the sideline or if he was at the slot. As the quarter is running down. Had to make sure my camera was hooked up properly here. So sorry everyone watching at home. Just had to see me just smacking around a little bit. I formation. Once again going off tackle. Bussy going to get some yards out of it, but he's going to get stood up after maybe a gain of 1. 29 seconds left. We'll see if Cowboys are going to be able to run a play. I believe the play clock, I think, is 25 seconds. It's usually easier when I got a play clock to look at, but I can't find one here. 15 seconds remaining in this first quarter. The Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Cowboys need 3 or 4 yards to get this first down. Actually, I guess it's a 30 or 35 second play clock because they had enough time to let it run out. So that'll wrap up the first quarter. Your score after 1 quarter in the books. Breckenridge 7, Roseau 0. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live.
Here, our hobbies become our work, and our work becomes our passion. But when pain or injuries keep us from doing what we love, it can affect our entire way of life. That's why we meet these challenges head on. Whatever your good day looks like, we'll find it together. This is Essentia Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, like nowhere else. Visit essentiahealth.org.
More Engineering has been dedicated to finding sustainable engineering solutions for cities like Wahpeton for more than 60 years. They offer a wide range of services, including civil engineering, land surveying, and environmental services that advance the region's infrastructure. As a 100% employee-owned company, they are committed to providing quality projects and building relationships in the communities they serve. Visit moreengineeringinc.com to learn more or stop by their location in Wahpeton. More Engineering, improving lives by building strong communities.
Pick up the pace of farming with a Case IH precision farming system from Titan Machinery. Whether you're spreading fertilizer, strip tilling, or even farming in the dark, Case IH and Titan Machinery have the perfect guidance equipment for you. Their lineup of remarkable, accurate, hand-free guidance systems can help you optimize your profits and lifestyle by saving you big on input costs, improving yield, and reducing operator fatigue. Stop by Titan Machinery in Wahpeton today to find out how a Case IH precision farming system can help your operation.
Welcome back to Roseau as the Cowboys have a big third down here. Need about 4 yards to get the first. Colin Roberts waiting on the snap. He's going to fake the handoff, roll out to the left. Looking for an open receiver. He finds one. It's Alex Sanchez, and he breaks a tackle, getting upfield for a nice gain. And I was talking about this last week, but Roberts, being Breckenridge's usual tight end, and we got a flag on the field. My apologies, everybody. We'll see what the flag is. And it's a holding call on Breckenridge. This penalty break brought to you by State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And they are good neighbors. Hopefully they're watching at home. So the second big play waved off because of a penalty. First one ended up not mattering too much, luckily for the Cowboys. So Breckenridge now needs 18 yards on this third down. See if they try to play conservative or if they're going to try to take a shot here. Come up to the line. You got one receiver out wide, I formation. Roberts just going to go with the fullback trap to Peterson, and that's none doing. Breckenridge going to have to punt it away. Their first punt of the night. So for those of you just joining, Breckenridge leads 11 with 11:20 remaining in this first half. They lead 7-0. Their lone score coming on a 7-yard hookup from Colin Roberts to Gavin Peterson. Kind of a fullback flood. And got to point this out, that's the second time Roberts and Sanchez have had a big hookup called off in the last 2 weeks. Steele Walsh, back in punt returner. It's booted away. And it takes a wild bounce. Might have touched him, but he dives on it. Good coverage there by Alex Schockert. I'll be surprised if we say his name quite a bit today. And none of them have ended up costing them at all, but that's the third time they've almost had a big mess up on special teams. A couple of kicks were also muffed. Granted, they weren't in too much danger there with those. You know, it takes the kickoff guys a little bit to get down there, but you know, they're probably going to want to spend some extra time on that in the next week, working on fielding these kicks and punts. What do I do? I don't coach. What do I know? Breckenridge's defense, once again, trying to pitch a third shutout in a row. Just incredible. You'd be lucky to pitch 2 shutouts in the season, let alone in 2 weeks. Roseau going with the kind of the double handoff, but actually they went up the middle. I just fell for it again. My apologies, everyone watching at home. I'm only human. Maybe got back to the line. 2nd and 10. Here on homecoming here in Roseau, Minnesota. I haven't been here in quite a while. I think I came here for one of my younger brother's games. Or maybe I came here to cover one when I was at the Daily News. I can't remember. Wapton would have had to go pretty far away for me to come here. And they're going to go, it's going to be a QB keeper. Where he faked a couple handoff. Bailey Evans there on the tackle. So it's going to end up being another 3rd and long, but we actually got a flag on the field. It's penalty break. Once again brought to you by State Farm agents, Matt and Amanda Frederick. Talking it over. Oh, a face mask on the Breckenridge defense. And we'll see if it's a 5-yarder. And it's a 5-yarder, so Roseau's still looking for their first down of the night. Breckenridge has that to hang their hat on after a play that they're probably not too happy about. 2nd and 5. Roseau breaks the huddle. Under center for Roseau is number 4, Eli Wensloff. He ends up handing it off. A few Breckenridge Cowboys over there to help. Bailey Evans, the primary tackler there. And that was Steele Walsh once again on the carry. So that'll set up at 3rd and 3. Here with the Cowboys. Leading 7-0, 9:21 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And with how the season's gone so far, like that Frazee thriller alone, don't be absolutely shocked if that ends up being the final score. Breckenridge sure hopes to be putting a lot more on the board, though. Roseau snaps it. And they go with the handoff after faking another handoff. Breckenridge's defense not fooled, though. Colin Roberts there. Evans, Dallin Ernst. Whole gang's here. Gavin Peterson. Dallin Ernst once again had a heck of a game last week as Roseau sending out the punt team. So Breckenridge still has not given up a first down tonight, as Roseau head coach Matt Hedden looking for some sort of spark from his squad. Maybe hoping to force a turnover here this next time around. Or maybe flip the field pretty well on this punt. We'll see. And once again, Weinbar trying to track it down, and that was a beautiful punt. Inside the 20. Actually, Sanchez back to punt, or back to return the punt. So maybe we would have seen him try to return it. I think Weinbar might be the fair catch specialist. I'm not sure. Breckenridge huddling up. Gotta be thinking we're going to be seeing some of the more offensive approach here. A lot of off tackle. Running off the behinds of Loftus, Ernst, Mickelson and company. I formation. Tight end and a receiver to the right. They're going to go with a toss to Bussey. Bussey bounces it outside. He's got enough for a first down. Trying to put the moves on. But he's going to get the first down. Probably 12 or 13 on the carry. As I just realized, still have to adjust the scoreboard. My apologies, folks. Once again, one-man crew here. But I'll pick up my game here. As the Cowboys also looking to pick up their game, put some more points on the board. Not that they're off to a bad start by any means, but definitely going to be looking to add into this lead. Toss to Murtis, and a nice tackle there by the Roseau defender. And I believe we got a penalty on the play. This morning I heard someone yelling that, but must have heard wrong. No, there is a flag. And that was a nice tackle there by Ethan McDonald, the corner, sophomore corner. We'll see if they... legal procedure on Breckenridge, but we'll see if they're going to accept it. Kind of taking their time. Want to evaluate the options here. See if they move him back. And they are going to move him back. At least I thought they were. There we go. So now with 7:52 remaining, Breckenridge has a first and, well, let's call it about 17. Up 7-0 here in this first half. We got an updated scoreboard for all of you viewers on KBMW News Live. Usually have a scoreboard camera, but we couldn't swing it today. Didn't have room for it. They go off tackle once again to Murtis. He gets wrapped up. Maybe got a yard out of the deal. And there was a... I was looking for a flag on the field, but it was a Peter flag on the tackle. I was about to say, we got another penalty brought to you by State Farm Agents, man-to-man to Frederick, but we do not. Breckenridge in their huddle. Had to punt one drive and scored on their other drive. Cowboys head up to the line. So far, a little bit of a slow start from the Cowboy offense. They face about a 2nd and 14. They're going to go off tackle once again. And gain of a few yards. That sets up a 3rd and quite a few yards. 3rd and 11 or 12. Got to be thinking they're probably going to be saying, you're not going to get all your catches called back on penalties, Sanchez. We got to keep throwing it to you. So look for Alex Sanchez to maybe try to break free from his tight end position. As Breckenridge a little short on receivers today. Griffin Bussey actually having to move over to receiver today. With Bernadez and Snyder out of the game. And then Sanchez, who started the year as a receiver, having to play tight end. I formation. Roberts fakes the handoff, rolls out right. Looking for a wide open, or looking for an open receiver. He completes it. Looks like it's Sanchez. But he's going to be short of the first down. But Sanchez with a nice catch there. Getting Breckenridge at least close enough to consider it. They're still in their territory, but with how they've been pretty successful in these short yardage plays so far, so would be too surprising to see them go for it here, and it looks like they are, or at least going to try to draw them off sides. 4th and a short 2, we'll call it. Cowboys head up to the line. I formation. And it looks like we got a Roseau timeout. Or Roseau timeout. This timeout break brought to you by High Camp Construction. We'll take a quick break with them. Your score, Breckenridge 7, Roseau 0. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 and watching on KBMW News Live.
There are several things that make me proud to be part of Breckenridge Senior High School. My students are very hardworking and respectful. Those two qualities make my school day enjoyable. They have been working hard on active classroom lessons this year. Students enjoy working together and are finding that they can learn from each other. I'm also proud to be teaching college math classes to our juniors and seniors. These classes have challenged our students to become more academically responsible for their learning. Breckenridge is a great school, and I'm proud to be part of it.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge Pride, inspiring to excel.
Welcome back to Roseau, as the Roseau Rams just gifted the Cowboys a first down. Jumping off sides this time, or this penalty break, brought to you by State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick. As the Cowboys move the sticks. Now they are into Roseau territory. The Ram 49. Got to give credit to the Breckenridge players' discipline. I know that sounds stupid, but seriously, when you've been going on the same thing all day, it's a little tough to show that restraint and not jump, just out of muscle reaction. And now we got another timeout, which is once again brought to you by High Camp Construction. Once you know who we are, you won't build any other way. Take a quick break. Your score, Breckenridge 7, Roseau 0. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7.
When you think of amazing burgers, I'm pretty sure I know what comes to mind.
Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
No, not that.
Everyone loves Krabby Patties.
What? No, not that. You think of the Wilkin Drink and Eatery in Breckenridge. Their delicious half-pound burgers are unrivaled, and the best night to get them is when they're $3 off on Burger Night every Monday after 5. The Wilkin Drink and Eatery, a tradition of good taste and company since 1897. Go check out the best burgers in the Twin Towns.
Welcome back to Roseau, as the Cowboys just got a first down on a Ram penalty. They're going to go out of the gun with a QB blast, and Roberts has nothing to work with there, but he actually breaks a tackle. He's going to run for a gain anyways. Nice effort there by the senior quarterback. Doing his best Cam Nito impersonation. He's definitely missed at the QB spot, of course, but Roberts doing a good job of filling in, breaking the tackle, and should have lost 5, but instead he got 5. Breckenridge has got 5 minutes to get to the end zone. Here in this second quarter on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard, Breckenridge up 7-0. Roberts and Gavin Peterson hooking up for the lone TD. Bailey Evans putting the extra point to make it 7-0. I formation, receiver out wide to the right. Also got a wing back to the left. Pitch it out to Bussey. Bussey cuts it up, makes a nice read. It's going to end up getting 2 or 3 yards on the deal. And all of the listeners last week got to hear me rave about Bussey's vision. Just kind of has an uncanny way of knowing when to cut it up. As Jimmy Murtis runs in the play, Bussey coming with him to play slot. Cowboys break the huddle. Come up to the line. And a little bit of miscommunication. They're not 100% sure what they're doing. Coach Fredrickson's hot. He is not too pleased with the miscommunication there. It looked like they were going to go with a trips right look, but instead we're going to take a quick timeout break. This timeout break brought to you by High Camp Construction once again. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7.
Minn Kota Ag Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Kent, Barney, Windmere, Wahpeton, or Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
Welcome back to Roseau as the Cowboys, now they figured out what formation they're doing. They got trips right, and they're just going to go with a straight fullback dive. It's Gavin Peterson. It's a good way to get those guys out of the box. Also good enough for a first down. It's kind of the thinking there is to get everybody kind of overloaded to the right, thinking it's going to be a pass play with all the receivers over there, and then drawing all the attention over there. It leaves your fullback wide open. You just run for a nice gain. Paid off well for the Cowboys. Breckenridge leading 7-0. Going to go with a similar formation, but out of the gun this time. Roberts throws it out to the flats, and it is caught. Run for a nice game by Jimmy Murtis. Wrapped up after a gain of, want to call it 4 or 5. Actually ended up being a gain of about 8. So Cowboys got 3:29 to get this in the end zone, as they lead 7-0 here in this first half. 2nd and 2. Knocking on the door of the red zone. I formation. Actually single back. Peterson gets the handoff, runs for the first down. And I think with, kind of the lack of personnel there, or lack of guys on the field that are usually getting the ball, they're saying we need to go with Peterson a little more, increase his touches. Or maybe they just like what they've seen from him in the last few weeks, so they're just saying, hey, well, why aren't we getting it to him more often? Because the last few weeks, it's kind of been a thing where they don't give it to him the whole game, and then out of nowhere, and halfway through the third quarter, it's like let's give it to him like 2 or 3 times in a row. I formation. Roberts hands it off once again, and I want to say that's Peterson again from the fullback spot. Took some shots there. Got a yard, though. Cowboys looking to add on to this lead. 2:26 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Roseau defense waiting on the Cowboys. Come on back. Maybe come on down. That's what they're saying, I'm sure. Breckenridge comes up to the line. 2nd and 9. And they're going to go off tackle. Nice cut inside, but there's a defender waiting there for him. I believe Steele Welsh on the tackle there again. Said his name quite a few times today. Good job by Welsh. Showing the alertness, getting in the backfield in a hurry. Sets up another 3rd and long. wouldn't be too surprised if we see Coach Frederickson maybe try to draw the boys off sides once again. $130 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Breckenridge
for you. Don't wait. Let us make this fun and easy for you today. Don't worry about what we have. We will get you what you want. Go to driveavision.com. We want you to live your best life with Vision Ford in Wahpeton, North Dakota. My name is Ward Cater.
Essentia Health is proud to support athletes at every level of play. We'll get you back on the field or on the court as safely and quickly as possible, no matter what sport you play. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists will provide expert care for your injuries so you can put on your uniform to do what you love again. Essentia Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, caring for you like nowhere else. For more information, visit essentiahealth.org.
Welcome back to Roseau, as hopefully, fingers crossed, we got all the audio or all the internet issues worked out. My apologies, everyone. You know, something always just seems to go wrong when we go on these trips, but that's all right. Hopefully, we're on right now on KBMW News Live. If you had trouble finding it, just go check out the Facebook page, and we got a link for it on there, so don't worry about it. And your score on this Minn Kota Ag Products halftime show that we're jumping into. Your number one grain marketing and production agriculture supply company. Breckenridge is up 13-0. And it was a pair of touchdowns through the air, believe it or not. You know, that's been pretty rare here for Breckenridge this season, but Colin Roberts has thrown a pair of touchdown strikes, both a 7-yard one, so a 20 and a 24-yard one. So, you know, both one of them pretty short and the other one pretty long, so we'll go through those. Colin Roberts on a rollout with 2:48 remaining in this first quarter. Found Gavin Peterson on the flood route for the 7-yard score to make it a 7-0 game after the Bailey Evans extra point. And then with 1:30 remaining in the second quarter, a 24-yard strike to the end zone to Griffin Bussey. And Griffin made a nice snag there on the right side of the end zone, pretty close to the sideline too. So good focus by Griffin Bussey to be able to haul that in. And like I said earlier, and like Coach Frederickson pointed out in the pregame interview, Bussey is actually playing an unfamiliar position to him. He's actually moved over to the slot this week due to some personnel issues with the wide receiver core. But he's, he hasn't missed a beat. That might even, one might argue that's his natural position. Who knows? But it's hard to say that because he's done a good job at running back. But they're definitely going to be happy with what they've seen from him. And this Breckenridge squad looking to add to the lead. Their defense has picked up right where they left off. So they've pitched back-to-back shutouts, so they're trying to make it 3 in a row now. As our Wi-Fi issues just keep going. But hopefully we haven't lost our stream yet. And Breckenridge, this is actually my first time doing it on the YouTube channel, for those of you who don't know. Make sure to subscribe, because when we get it down, we'll be a lot better shape. And here at the halftime. And, once again, a long trip to Roseau, so the second halves usually go a little better than the first halves for the Cowboys after making that long trek. Whether it's Roseau or War Road, it's always just not the most fun to make this trip up here. But, they're making the most of it. They're having fun on the field. Once you get on the field, you kind of forget about it, but you still have a little bit of that fatigue maybe from the bus ride, but that's just part of the game, and Roseau has to kind of make trips like this all the time, so Breckenridge definitely can't use that excuse. So we'll take another quick break here on this Minn Kota Ag Products halftime show. And for those of you just joining, Breckenridge leads 13-0 here in Roseau, Minnesota, as the Rams are looking for their first win of the year. Breckenridge looking to move to 4-1 on the season and looking to pitch a third shutout in the row, possibly. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge Pride, inspiring to excel.
My name is Christy Baumhart. I am proud to be a part of the school district with dedicated staff, including administration, teachers, paraprofessionals, cooks, and custodians who are kind, caring, compassionate, and committed to the students in our district. They support, respect, and help one another succeed. One thing I am really excited about is the technology available to our students as it enhances their learning experience in the classroom. Not only as an employee, but also as a parent, I know the benefits of having both my children in the Breckenridge School District. Breckenridge Pride. We inspire to excel.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge Pride, inspiring to excel.
When you think of amazing burgers, I'm pretty sure I know what comes to mind.
Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
No, not that.
Everyone loves Krabby Patties.
What? No, not that. You think of the Wilkin Drink and Eatery in Breckenridge. Their delicious half-pound burgers are unrivaled, and the best night to get them is when they're $3 off on Burger Night every Monday after 5. The Wilkin Drink and Eatery, a tradition of good taste and company since 1897. Go check out the best burgers in the Twin Towns.
Welcome back to the Minn Kota Ag Products Halftime Show. Your number one grain marketing and production agriculture supply company. Turner Bluff is here. As I say this every halftime show, but we'll see how much time they end up putting on. Cowboys warming up or getting warmed up right now, doing their traditional yup as they clap. And Roseau hasn't gotten there yet. They're in the huddle in the end zone, talking it over, figuring out the plan of attack. Actually almost gave up a defensive score to wrap up the first half, so they're definitely going to have to figure something out to get something going. But, you know, it's tough to get anything going against this Breckenridge squad with how their defense has been playing. And it's all levels. You know, the secondary's coming up to help in the tackling. Defensive line's winning the line of scrimmage. Linebackers filling gaps. You know, Coach Frederickson just couldn't be happier with how the defense has performed. And, you know, it's definitely a group effort. It's got its standouts, you know, of course. You know, we had Martell last week and Dallin Ernst and Landon Blofus and Alex Schockert. So, you know, it's, like I said, it's got its standouts, but it's definitely a team unit. Everyone flies around. Colin Roberts, almost forgot about him. Team's probably the team's leading tackler at the linebacker spot, but then he's got Gavin Peterson. And it's just everybody doing their part, picking up the slack, and it's fun to see a defense that plays as one unit, which I'm sure is what Coach Frederickson's most happy about so far in this stretch, where they have given up 8 points in the last 3 games. So we'll take another quick break on this Minn Kota Ag Products halftime show. Got another 2.5 minutes added to the clock, so take a quick break and hopefully come back with the second half. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live.
Minn Kota Ag Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Kent, Barney, Windmere, Wahpeton, or Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Heidkamp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new parking lot or new roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heidkamp Construction in Wahpeton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948.
Recovering your health and getting back to your best life. That's what Quality Recovery from Optimum Rehab can do for you. Physical therapist Dr. Anthony Egeman will set up an individual plan to get you to your goals. He believes that this is the perfect way for you to recover your health. What you get with Optimum Rehab is time and attention, thorough assessments, and effective treatments. So if it's back pain, achy joints, recovery from surgery or injury, it's likely that physical therapy from Optimum Rehab can help. So take your life into your own hands with Optimum Rehab. Visit myoptimumrehab.com.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wapaton, representing auto owners insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wapaton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Welcome back to Roseau as we wrap up this Minn Kota Ag Products halftime show. And we got a little bit of a unexpected turn here for how the warm-ups went for this second half, or for this halftime. Breckenridge started warming up earlier, and they got done after, so that was kind of surprising. Roseau, guess they're pretty fresh as is. I guess we'll just go with that. So Roseau, huddling up, getting ready to go. Breckenridge breaking their huddle in the end zone and over to the field, and they get the ball to start the second half. So we'll see if the offense is going to try to make it back-to-back scoring drives as they lead 13-0 here. And after all the internet issues we had, I got to remind myself I'm also running the camera. So here we are, prepping for the start of the second half. Breckenridge's kick return team gathering with special teams coordinator, Coach Bogenreef, Tony Bogenreef. Got to specify with the first names. A lot of Bogenreefs around here, of course. It's 20-0 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard.
Kind of slowly built its lead in the first half. Looked to be pulling away in the second half. They do still have 7 points in this third quarter. However,
And it looks like, hopefully, knock on wood, might have figured out the network issues. But we'll see how long it lasts. Roseau going out of the pistol, drop back to pass. And now we got a flag on the play once again. Penalty break once again brought to you by State Farm Agents, Amanda Frederick. And not 100% sure what the flag is yet. Pass interference, so another one on Breckenridge's pass coverage. 1:07 remaining this third quarter in your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. I don't want to jinx it, but I believe the network issues have kind of got kinked out. Like I said, for now. We thought we had it figured out earlier, too. But my apologies to everyone. Got to learn from the mistakes, of course. Roseau going out of the pistol, mishandled snap, gets thrown away, and incomplete pass. So after they've kind of opened up the pass game a little bit, it ended up being their best drive just because of the fact that they're able to get some yards off the Breckenridge penalties. Whatever works for you.
Really, every possession now must score for Roseau because, as I said, you can start to kind of play the counting possessions game at this point.
So Breckenridge, once again, trying to make it an impressive 3 shutouts in a row. Roseau out of the pistol. Pick the handoff, and another screen. It's completed, and it's going to go for a pretty big gain. And it's got the first down. He's going to go up the sideline, and he's going to go in for just short of 6. Falls at the goal line, might have got in. Actually, he's going to end up short. And that big gain was by number 40 for Roseau, Cooper Flagg. And looks like there's a flag at the end of the play. You're going to be thinking a face mask possibly, or check it out. Roseau with a massive gain on that one. That would be a 32-yard catch and run, but actually nearly 40 yards. Trying to see what we're going to get spotted at, or where it's going to get spotted and what the penalty is on this penalty-heavy night. Penalty break once again brought to you by State Farm agents Man-to-Man of Frederick. And ends up being unsportsmanlike conduct. Not 100% sure what happened there, but maybe something was said or the end of that play. That'd be surprising. Starting to have flashbacks of a certain Cowboy I remember getting a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty here. I don't know what happened to him. I just heard he went into a career in radio. So Roseau comes up to the huddle as they are knocking on the door of the Titan Machinery red zone at the 21. And they go with the off-tackle handoff. Nice job there playing contained by Martell, but getting the tackle is Alex Schockert. And we got another penalty. This is it's been a busy night for the officials. And this time it's a Breckenridge personal foul. And they're going to say both teams had a personal foul on that one, so they offset. So it's getting a little chippy here, I guess you could say. It hasn't really been overly, I haven't seen any cheap shots or anything. I don't know. I guess the officials are just trying to clean it up before it gets to that level. I'm not sure, but it's just reason number 57, I'm not a referee. Thank you all to everyone listening on B92.7 FM and hopefully watching on KBMW News Live, our YouTube channel. But we'll take a quick... Actually, we'll stay here for the quarter break as the Cowboys have a 20-0 lead. Breckenridge with their shutout streak in jeopardy. I remember everyone, I know I've brought this up quite a few times, but the pregame show interview that Coach Frederickson and I did, I asked him, do these guys have that shutout streak kind of on their minds? And he said, they don't talk about it around me. So it's probably for the best. That's definitely, you play to win the game, you don't play to just rack up cool feats, you know. That's a nice little bonus, but obviously the win is the big thing that Coach Frederickson and the rest of the squad is focused on for sure. So the Cowboys will flip over to the other side of the field. And the Roseau Rams, 21 yards to get in the end zone. And if I were a betting man, I would not be insanely surprised if all of a sudden we see some penalties. In this penalty-filled ball game. Second half, actually, is really where it's picked up. The first half, not so much. So here we are about to start the fourth quarter. Get those fours up, everybody. Roseau Rams heading out to the field. First and 10 for the Rams. Going to get in the end zone for the first time today. And Roseau's had some success with this pistol set. So not too shocking they're sticking with it. They got that big pass completion, and then, well, the rest of it has kind of been, Breckenridge kind of hurt themselves with penalties. But, you know, success is success nonetheless. They drop back to pass for an open receiver, and it is almost picked off, just a little shy of Sanchez. Ended up dribbling in front of him. Sanchez, a good athlete. Got to watch him throw down a dunk in a JV game last year, I remember. And this quarterback's only a sophomore. 6'3", 190-pound sophomore, mind you. That's a big boy. Playing QB. Sure, Roseau's expecting big things from him over the next couple years. And you can tell they're starting to kind of trust him a little more, open up the playbook here on this drive. Drops back to pass. Throws up the lob to the end zone. And ends up being the D-back and the receiver kind of got tangled up in the end zone. 100% sure if their feet got tangled up or what happened on the play, but either way, there's some contact in the end zone, but no flag thrown. After just talking how often about how there's been so many penalties in this game, on a play that that didn't. I'm not 100% sure, but you usually see penalties thrown on that, but they probably saw something I did. Maybe they just tripped each other up. And now this time, they're not even going to have a running back there. Just Christian Larson by himself. Drops back to pass. He's got some pressure. He's going to toss it, though. Into the end zone. He's got a man, and it is dropped. Griffin Bussey on the coverage, but that's the same man that he went to earlier for the almost 40-yard completion. Cooper Flagg hit him in the hands, but would have still been a tough catch because there was some, you could tell, he could feel that, you could feel Griffin Bussey was in his grill. So that would have been a tough catch, but tough break for the Rams here. Now leaving them with a 4th and 10 on the Breckenridge 21. As the Cowboys were just a catch away from seeing that shutout streak come to an end. And this what has turned out to be a nice Ram drive. Regardless of what happens result-wise for this drive, this has been their best drive of the night. Roseau comes out with 2 receivers out of the left, 1 to the right, and a tight end to each side, but we got a timeout. First timeout by the Rams on the day. This timeout break brought to you by High Camp Construction. We'll take a quick one with them. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
Think about how good it feels when people really get you, like the friends who come over when a big game is on, or the neighbors next door who always bring your favorite buffalo dip. Hi, this is State Farm Agent Amanda Frederick. I'd like to get to know you and understand your life so that I can help make it easy for you to protect what's most important to you. Contact me in Breckenridge today at 218-643-8511.
Welcome back to Roseau as the Rams need 10 yards for a first down, 21 yards for a touchdown. The Cowboy defense has still not given up a score in this ball game in the last 3 weeks, however you want to put it. Christian Larson at QB motions a man over into the backfield, takes the handoff, and he tosses it up to the end zone. Has a man, but it goes off the hands of his intended receiver. 2 nice balls there by Larson that ended up getting dropped. Steele Walsh had that one go off his hands that time. Just a tough break for the Roseau Rams on their homecoming. But you got to be, if you're looking at takeaways, some positive takeaways. Christian Larson having the poise to drop back and throw a couple nice passes to the end zone. Testing this Cowboys secondary after, they've been in run mode kind of all night, so it's tough to, when you're in run mode all night, trying to run up and hit some dudes. To remember, you gotta do your job first of playing the pass game. So Roberts hands it off to Murtis, and Murtis is going to get tackled in the backfield. Good pursuit by the Rams. Here in this ball game that is being aired on KBMW News Live, our YouTube channel. And I actually remember just now to update the scoreboard, so it's the 4th quarter. I just get so excited for the 4th quarter, I forget I got to update that. Breckenridge coming up to the line here on what has just been a perfect night here in Roseau. They go off tackle, and the man bounces it inside. Looks like a gain of 4 or 5. Cowboys scored 1 touchdown in each quarter. Looking to keep that going. I'm sure they're saying we wouldn't mind more than 1 TD. So it's about 3rd and 5. 10:28 remaining in this final quarter of the game on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Also, if you're watching on the video stream, that scoreboard is brought to you by Red River Communications. They help you go faster with fiber. So Breckenridge with the toss. Gets cut off by Murtis. Murtis with some room to run. And he's going to burst it loose. Bulldozes one runner and then gets wrapped up by another. I say bulldoze. I think the guy actually just grabbed onto his leg and kind of held on for the ride. But heck of a run by Murtis. And the PA announcer even gave some love to Logan Andel for the block. Gotta love that.
Ball will be spotted at the 42 of Roseau, and first and 10 for the Cowboys.
And I know the fullback is a little, in football, you know, not exactly the position it used to be. A bit of a dying breed, but. And I think that's what Andel is actually listed at for his primary position. They kind of use him as a fullback, kind of like a Jim Klein saw, so they got him at the H-back, lined up by the tight end. So they hand it off, up the middle, and burst loose. I believe that's Bussy this time around. No, actually, we got Alex Shocker playing running back. Primarily, he's just played defense this year, but, you know, like I said, it's everybody's being called on to pick up the slack somewhere. Shocker, happy to do that on offense as well. He seems like a kind of player who's watching his play style. It just seems like, you know, if you ask him, he might tell you he just wants to play just defense. But after that run, I think he might be seeing some more time in the backfield down the road here. Cowboys come up the line. Pack tight in there. Roberts pitches it to Murtis on a toss. They had success on their last toss play this time, and they're going to have success on this one too. Murtis breaks a couple tackles. Gets wrapped up, but inside the 10 into the Titan Machinery red zone. And Roseau's got an injured player out of the game on the sidelines, it looks like. Number 8, Gavin Helgelin. Actually, might just be playing offense. I thought he was talking to the trainer there, but looks like he might be all right. Got to stop looking into these injuries. Like one of those NFL reporters. I think someone mispracticed that they must have a serious injury, but no, they just got the day off. I formation. Roberts hands it off. Actually went to Gavin Peterson on that one, I believe. Or maybe that was Andel at fullback. Nope, Peterson. Well, we got another flag. This penalty break brought to you by State Farm agents, man-to-man of Frederick. Holding on the Cowboys. That'll set them back. They'll have another first down. First and goal from the 15. No, close to the 20. 18 is where they're officially spotted. Breckenridge going to add this 20-0 lead here in the fourth quarter. 8:16 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Or if you're watching on the video stream, the Red River Communications scoreboard. And Breckenridge looking to do a couple streaks. One, a touchdown each quarter for this game. And then, of course, what I've talked about all night, the shutout streak. Toss to Murtis. Murtis looking to get to the edge. Wrapped up. And it looks like he got to about the 15, so maybe a gain of 3 or 4 on the play. Here we're knock on wood. Our video equipment is holding up. So if you want to watch the end of this game, head over to our YouTube channel. We got the link to the game on our Facebook page and on our website if you go to the sports stories. Talking about the video stream. And almost forgot I was running the camera. Back onto the Roseau defense. So Breckenridge has got 15 yards to go. Let's get in the end zone. They remain in the Titan Machinery red zone. They're going to go off tackle with Shocker. Shocker tried to spin off one player. Got tackled by a gang of Rams. Flag there on the tackle. Cowboys definitely going to get some help with this win on the QRF, playing a 3A school. No, I'm not 100% sure how much a win over a 4-0 or an 0-4 3A team will help them out, but I'm not 100% sure how the QRF works at all. I remember back in the day, you could they had like a point system, and you got like more points for beating someone a class above you. But now the QRF, it's a little smarter than I am. Handoff on the right side, but a nice tackle there by the Roseau defense. How to get the number there. And it looks like one of the tacklers there was Alex Wensloff. So Breckenridge, we got a 4th down, 10 yards to go to get into the end zone. We'll see how they do on this 4th and goal. We'll see if they want to just keep it on the ground, just keep doing what they've been doing, or if they're going to have Roberts sling it to the end zone real quick here. Once again, don't be surprised if Alex Sanchez tries to free himself open. It's kind of turned into Roberts' favorite target, but instead they're going to go with Peterson, who bounces the run, throws the stiff arm, and tries to keep it in bounds and cut it up, but he gets knocked out of bounds. Roseau's defense holds in the red zone. So Roseau, still looking for their first points, takes over. Backed up inside their own 10. They're at their own 6. So you got 94 yards to go, 6:13 to do it. Plenty of time. But that's a tall order against this Breckenridge defense, as we've talked about all night. So, Cowboy defense, we'll see if they're sticking with their starting lineup. Looks like it's all the starters still out there. And once again, Breckenridge playing without 4 of their main starters in this game. Gavin Snyder was a last-minute scratch. Dylan Bernadez, kind of a go-to playmaker on offense, whether it's throwing the ball or throwing the ball to him or getting it to him in the backfield somehow. Wyatt Differding, who plays on the offensive and defensive line, and then also got Cam Nito, of course. Can't forget about Cam Nito. Roseau completes the pass. A couple nice moves, and I believe that was Steele Walsh again. Steele Walsh, my apologies. Steele Walsh with a nice gain there to move the sticks. And I'm sure they're thinking to themselves, why were we throwing it all game, Coach? Doing a good job opening up the playbook here. Maybe you're going to see more of that going forward. Roseau in the huddle. They break the huddle. Coming up to the line here on this homecoming night. These Cowboys are looking to improve to 4-1, barring a wild comeback. Looks like they're going to accomplish it. Larson in the gun. Drops back to pass. Tosses it downfield. And ends up underthrowing the receiver. Bussy over there on the coverage, along with Sanchez, the free safety. He had a nice play in coverage last week in Underwood. And batted a pass down on 4th down. We'll say he batted the pass down. I'm not 100% sure if he was trying to intercept it or not, but he got the pass deflection regardless to give Breckenridge the ball back. 5:23 remaining after the stop clock on the incomplete pass on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Breckenridge, once again, leading 20-0. Scored in each of the first 3 quarters. Don't need stats for you. It was either run the camera or keep stats, and unfortunately, he had to run the camera tonight. Larson, right on the snap. He's got a running back in the backfield with him. Slings it out, and it is nearly picked off by Evans. Actually, I believe that was Murtis on the coverage over there. Jimmy Murtis nearly had a pick 6. That would have been would have rounded it out. A touchdown in each quarter. As the Breckenridge defense has forced a 3rd and 10. We depend on the secondary to keep it rolling here. And we got a timeout by Roseau. Second timeout of the game for Roseau. We'll stay here for the timeout as the Roseau Rams are looking to get their first points on the board. Breckenridge's defense, you can tell they still want to stick with this shutout streak because they're not bringing in any subs to help out. They're sticking with their group. See if they can get it done. Done a good job. And Breckenridge will move on to a home game next week. We'll be doing that game on B92.7. And I'm pretty sure we'll just be doing radio for that one. Not 100% sure on the video, but I'll make sure to check that out. As Roseau heads up to the line. Gonna drop back to pass once again, and it is incomplete. Once again, Murtis flying in like a bullet over there on the coverage, but like Peterson was over there trying to break it up. A few other Cowboys in coverage as well. Cowboys. Once again, forcing a punt here. And they're going to go with Sanchez to return it. Next week, Breckenridge hosts West Central area. Well, I believe as, if I remember correctly, co-op with Ashby. Another muff punt, and it ended up getting blocked. And it gets scooped up by the Cowboys. And I'm not 100% sure who got there to block it. I'll have to go back and watch that later. I wanted to say it was Martell. So it went out of bounds. Cowboy offense will take over. 5:02 remaining. Cowboys trying to put the finishing touches on this. They start the drive in the Titan Machinery red zone. Actually inside the 10. Only got 6 yards to go. 6 or 7 yards. Say a long 6, short 7, whatever you want to call it. Roberts hands it off to Peterson, who's looking for his 3rd score of the night. He's rumbling. He's going to get close. And looks like he's going to be shy just at the 1. So Peterson with a nice run again. As the Roseau defense has done a pretty decent job, not at least eliminating the big plays from the Cowboys. Hasn't been too many big offensive bursts, but barring that one big pass completion to Bussey in the end zone. So we'll see who Breckenridge is going to be going to on this play. I wouldn't be too surprised to see a QB sneak. Well, when you're already on your backup quarterback, you don't want him to take as few hits as possible, but they're going to go with him anyways. Might not have got in. Good job holding by the Roseau defense. Try to go in for the QB sneak. I believe Mitchell Lesnicka was one of the tacklers over there for the Roseau Rams. Once again, 3:40 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Breckenridge in the Titan Machinery red zone. Looking to put the finishing touches on this one. 3.5 minutes remaining.
Rams again looking for the goal line stand.
Breckenridge has 2 plays to get this 1 yard. We'll see if they go with Gavin Peterson this time around. And they don't. They go with Murtis, who spins off a tackler and walks into the end zone for the easy score. But it looks like there's a flag on the play again. This penalty break brought to you by State Farm agents, man to Frederick. It looks like it's on Roseau because the touchdown stands. Oh, they're evidently a face mask is what they're calling it. And 6 more points on the board, brought to you by Moore Engineering. Moore Engineering will be making another donation to the Breckenridge Cowboys Touchdown Club to the Jimmy Murtis TD. Bailey Evans making 3 of 4 on the day. And he boots it, and it is short. Actually blocked. So, Evans, 2 for 4, 50% in high school. That's not too bad. We'll take a very quick break. Your score, Breckenridge 26, Roseau 0. You're listening to Cowboy Football on B92.7 FM.
Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Hi, this is Wade from Breckenridge Cenex. Now is a great time to start thinking about protecting your recreational vehicles and equipment. Stock up on Splash RV Antifreeze at any one of our 4 locations, and we would like to thank you for your continued patronage.
Farmers Union Oil. Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Welcome back to Roseau as Breckenridge has added to their lead, 26-0. And the Cowboys, 3, that should do it for them as far as getting all the points they needed. They were probably fine a while ago with how their defense has been playing. 3:17 remaining on this Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. 3 minutes, 17 seconds away from Breckenridge's 4th win in a row. And from possibly another shutout as well. 3 consecutive shutouts. That's just I don't even know if I've ever seen back-to-back shutouts from Breckenridge. All my years covering them. Have to go back to the archives. I always say something like that, and then it's like, oh, don't you remember? It was like your first year at the Daily News that happened, and then I feel silly, but I don't have the best memory in the world. Can barely remember what happened yesterday. As the Cowboys, like I said earlier, will move on to play West Central area at home. Roseau will fall to 0-5. .311 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Rams on their own 18. They head up to the line. Kind of a spread set. With 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Drop back to pass. Another screen. Breckenridge playing it a little too aggressively. End up making the stop. But I believe that's a first down. And a nice hookup there between Christian Larson and Alex Wensloff. Wensloff, a senior tight end. And he was kind of over there on the left, too. So it was pretty loaded on one side, and then the one receiver on the way outside. You guys know what I love to call that. From Varsity Blues, the oop-de-oop. Larson picks the handoff, and another short pass. Flag with the catch. And he gets tripped up. Close to knocking on the door of Cowboy territory. And Breckenridge still got the starters all in. Trying to keep this shutout streak alive. But Roseau is pretty hungry for this TD. Keeping aggressive with the play calling. Still playing like they're only down 1 score. 3 receivers out to the left. Oh, I lied. One of the receivers heads over to the right. Larson waits on the snap. Gets it, drops back to pass. Pump fakes and then launches it, and it's a jump ball hauled in for a nice grab. That was for Steele Walsh on that catch. A jump ball, just kind of always use the basketball analogy on those ones. Kind of with the box out, had the better position, jumped up, easy grab. Am I allowed to talk about basketball in hockey country? I'm not sure. Don't tell anybody. We should be all right. Pistol set once again. Drops back to pass. Larson looking to dart it, and it is completed once again. He's driving this team down the field. I want to say that's Walsh again on the catch. He's going to need a breather after that one. You guys are making me work too hard at this receiver stuff. Going to need a breather. Breckenridge's defense having their shutout streak threatened as Roseau has entered the Titan Machinery red zone, and Breckenridge is getting good pressure. They're just not getting there, just a hair late. And now a little under route here, completed to Wenzloff. Gets about 4 on that one. 1:45 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. As once again, the Cowboys kind of got this one in the bag, but just a little personal thing, or personal accolade there they're going to go after with the third shutout in a row. Larson with the QB draw. A nice play call there. Rumbles. It's going to be close to the first. Right at the first down line, but wasn't able to surpass it.
They're going to say short, so it'll be third down and about a yard. Now they're going to signal for a
So it looks like
calling their final timeout of the half as well.
got the final timeout of the half. As Roseau has done a good job of putting a solid drive together here. You got to think that maybe with the success they're having on this drive, that they're going to maybe rethink the offensive approach down the road here. Maybe try to make it more of a passing approach, maybe? Never know. But it's given Breckenridge's secondary some issues. Doing a good job of kind of finding the cracks in the zone. Now Roseau coming back out, seeking their first points of the day. Breckenridge, once again, seeking to keep their shutout streak alive. Larson goes under center after they've been going with the pistol set mostly. QB sneak, gets the first down easily. Gang of Cowboys over there on the tackle. A corral of Cowboys. I think that's what I'm supposed to be using. We got one Ram player a little slow to get up. Looks like he's all right. They're going to be hopping on. Trying to get these points on the board. Larson drops back to pass. Rolls out to the left. Pump fakes and then tosses it to the end zone. Incomplete. Apparently, it went off the hands. Or the PA. Wasn't able to see it over there. I was trying to get the angle. I have to do some finagling here once again. Cowboys trying to hang on. They're playing like the game's on the line. When actually it's just a shutout streak that's on the line. But I say just a shutout streak, but you know it's pretty important to these guys. Larson gets brought down by a gang of Cowboys. So that sets up third and 9. Third and goal from the 9, I should say. So we're going to see what they got here. They've had success in the passing game, but once it gets thrown to the end zone, that's kind of when things haven't really gone their way. And it ends up getting snapped, and they weren't ready for it, so Larson ends up getting drilled. And Shocker laid the hit, but looks like they're going to say incomplete pass now. And I don't believe that was supposed to get snapped at that time. A little bit of a miscue there. But now it's going to set up 4th and 9. I'm not going to say this is the ball game here, of course, because the ball game's already wrapped up. But this is the biggest play of the night for this Breckenridge defense in their mind, I'm sure. Let's get this stop here. Pitch another shutout. Keep it rolling. Meanwhile, Roseau just trying to have something or bring it into next week. Keep the confidence up. And they're talking it over. All right, so now I think it's a 4th and 8. I think they said it was spotted incorrectly, but 4th and 9. Larson dropping back to pass. Toss it to the end zone, and it ends up getting dropped. Wensloff wide open, and ends up getting dropped. And my apologies to everyone watching at home, as I was trying to locate the receiver, but ended up overshooting it. And that'll do it. Breckenridge wraps up the game by kneeling on it here for one play, as there's 5.8 seconds remaining. As Breckenridge pitches a 3rd shutout in a row. Unreal. Colin Roberts kneels down on it. And that'll do it for the game. Cowboys end up taking the win, 26-0. Spoil Roseau's homecoming. Well, you know, Roseau's got some positive things to hang their hats on in that game as far as putting together the drive. Seen some good things out of their young quarterback. Defense had some nice stands, but definitely the Cowboys, obviously, it was their night. They continued doing what they've been doing the last few weeks, as we said. Defense just kind of, you know, you can't lose a game if you don't give up any points. So obviously it's worked out well for them. Relying on this defense, the offense, just all you got to do is just get enough. And even a short-handed offense, as we've said, has been able to come through for this squad. And I know Coach Fredrickson's going to be happy with the win. It's never fun when you drive this far and end up having to head home with a loss. I know he's told us that before. And, yep, so Breckenridge improves to 4-1. A lot of standouts in this game. Obviously on the defense, the big one. The whole defensive unit, you know, picking a player of the game is going to be a little tricky. Because with how well they played, you know, you kind of want to go with someone who had a big day on defense. But like I've said so many times, they're just kind of a full unit. Instead of, you know, like 2 or 3 guys doing all the work. It's everybody just really being locked in, doing their job. And I'm sure everybody on that defense has just got to be stoked to keep their streak alive. And now we might as well hop into the post-game show here in Roseau. As Breckenridge celebrates the victory. 26-0. Once again, the final here in Roseau. Breckenridge, I believe, I want to say it's like a 4-hour drive on bus. Maybe 4.5. I think they stopped those. So, but they made the long trip and ended up going to be taking home the victory. And it's a stretch of games where they definitely had the mindset of these are games we need to win. We need to win the games that are definitely going to be us coming in the favorites. So those are the ones you got to win. And then those 50-50 ones you got to take care of. You know, kind of the OTC game. Like at the beginning of this year. Opening up the season. As I've been experiencing, once again, a few technical issues here in this post-game show. But I think this is as good a time as any to go through the scoring. Now, there wasn't a whole lot of scoring. Breckenridge got a touchdown per quarter. And it started with Colin Peterson hooking up with Colin Roberts, my apologies, hooking up with Gavin Peterson for a 7-yard score, and that made a 7-0 ball game after the extra point. And then Colin hooked up with Griffin Bussey for a 24-yard score with 1:30 left in the second quarter. 1-yard touchdown run by Gavin Peterson with 9:11 remaining, and then in the fourth quarter, James Murtis went in for his 3rd score of the game. Also his 3rd score in the last 2 weeks, so definitely a hot streak for him. So we'll take a very quick break and come back on this post-game show with your player of the game, brought to you by Essentia Health, here with you.
It's time to celebrate. Red River Communications has been bringing you quality products and services for 70 years. Red